Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Sexton one. It's a Tier 3 British Premium SPG and we're located on the east spawn of Westfield. And this one is under the command of Talon 1958 and he has a Union flag on the side of his vehicle. Although I know that Talon is an American. He's very patriotic at this moment. And battle is underway. Now, as we've seen in some other videos, Talon is extremely talented with his Sexton. He's scored some absolutely fantastic wins in it. 25-pounder gun. It's the chassis of an M3, but these are actually built in Montreal, in Canada. And I do believe that Talon's actually named one of his crewmen after me, which is very nice of him to do. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. Especially when he gets all those one-shot kills that he does. Okay, now he's taking aim and having a look for the enemy. Now he's having a look at the hill, top of the hill for starters. There is one enemy heavy tank, but we've got a Panzer B2. The enemy, I believe, has also got a... Yep, they've also got a Panzer B2. And Talon's dialing in on that target straight away. Takes a little while, little patience. Round out. Ooh, that Panzer B2 changed course, but it didn't stop Talon from getting a hit on him straight away. Okay, there's another target he can hit there, a Sav M43, but he's gone down. So Talon's taking his aim straight back to the Panzer B2 again. He's indicating his target with the T key. That's good practice. Tells everyone what you're doing. Round out. Oh my god, it went into the side! It made a twang as it hit the armour, but I don't think it did any damage. Oh, there's two to hit now. Armada 2's joined the Panzer B2. And the round hits the rear of the Panzer B2. Does 101 hit points of damage. And that Armada 2's not going to last very long. Panzer B2's stationary. All the round goes right over his engine bay. And our Panzer B2's going in for the kill. Round out. Lands in front of the Marder. There's no splash from the 25-pounder rounds. It's basically you need to hit the target to make it work. And he's perfectly aimed there to get the engine bay. Oh, a perfect hit. 20 hit points. But we lost our Panzer B2. He's dialed in though. Round out again. Oh, and RNG says no and the shell misses. That Panzer B2 is still tracked. And the T-29 makes certain of it by shooting around into his rear. We've got a T-56. That's an American Tier 3 tank destroyer. And there's a T-80. That's a Russian or Soviet Tier 4 light tank. It's in that bushes. Talon's styling in. It's going to shoot again. Round out. Well, the shell went exactly where it was aimed, but I think the T-80 had pulled away. It's a very sneaky little light tank, that. So he's looking around for targets to kill. The scores are fairly even at the moment. Now, he can't reach the other side of the battlefield fully because the 25-pounder doesn't really have the range to go that far. But there's a Largo, and that's a Tier 4 Swedish medium. He's dialing in carefully, getting ready to shoot, and round out. Perfectly aimed. Oh, went right over the top of him, landed behind him. Just going a little shorter this time. Reloaded and round out. No, didn't get it that time either. I think the Largo pulled away. Right, there's two tanks we can hit. Closer range, the M2 and the IKV. The M2's gone down. Can he hit the IKV? Yes, he can. And one shot kills him. 150 hit points. Takes him out of the game. So there's a Largo over here. Still one tank in it. We don't know where the Largo's gone. But we can see is a Cruiser 2. Now that's the Crumpet Thrower. It throws an HE shell. It's a very, very nasty and very dangerous light tank, but it's very vulnerable if you can land shells on it. You just don't want it to land a shell on you because usually when it does, it kills with one shot. It lands a pretty devastating high explosive round. There's a medium 3. Now that's a British Tier 3 medium. Precursor for the Valentine, the Matilda, you might say. It's one tier down on the tech tree. almost loaded. Round out. Into the rear. 82 hit points. Good strike. And the medium 3 is taken down. Now there's the Largo. He's actually managed to get behind the mound, so we'll need him to pull out a little bit more before we can hit him. It's a very difficult shot. He's only got the turret to fire at there. He's held down. Fires a round in. No, hits the ridge line above him. So it's a very difficult shot. If he pulls back, we should be able to hit him. And he's now exposed a little more of his tank. Fires another round in and gets the kill shot. 181 hit points. That's his second kill of the game. Okay, now something's over here because there's just some damage just there, just below to the right of where Talon was looking. I'm pretty sure that T-80's there. He's looking around for targets. There's still one tank up, but the enemy's got 3 light tanks, 2 Arty. We've got 2 Arty, 2 tank destroyers, and 2 mediums. And one of those mediums is a P-26, and that's got a very good high explosive round. There's the Cruiser 4. That's one of the light tanks, but it's got a cannon that can fire 4 shots in a row. Tier 3, round out. Oh, big hit! 89 hit points. Unfortunately, we just lost the P-26. Now Talon's going to relocate, because he's the last tank between that Cruiser 3 and the Cap. The Cruiser 4 rather. So he needs to relocate. He needs to get close to his other teammates. And there's the T-80. The T-80 hasn't got a shot on him at the moment, but he does need to get behind cover, otherwise he will be taken out. And the T-80's been killed. And he spotted him, so he picks up the spotting damage. It's very slow to climb. It's based on the M3 chassis, the Sexton one. 25-pounder gun on the front. The Americans actually did apparently get hold of some Sextons, and they mounted the 105mm gun on them. I don't think it was only a few for test purposes, but most of the Sextons were actually built for the British Army, and that's why they mounted the 25-pounder. The British Army did get hold of some M7 Priests, which they used to fairly good effect, but of course they were reliant on the 105mm ammunition produced by the American arsenals, and that was of course a bit difficult because they needed the ammo to be close. They didn't want to have to ship all the ammo over the Atlantic, because then it was vulnerable to the U-boats. Admittedly though, they did actually have to manufacture the Sexton 1 in Montreal and ship those over the Atlantic. But it's also about the fact that you have plenty of 25-pounder ammunition because you are manufacturing them for your own field guns. And we got 2 Arties together there. Fires a round in at them, misses. We took a hit from a Panzer 38T and he's bounced another round. There's the 38T, he's very close. Now he's taken at least 1 round into him. Doesn't want to take another. The other one bounced. It's going after the T-18 HMC. They managed to get the Bison. Trying another shot at the T-18. And the T-18's been taken out. He was killed by the T-29. But they've still got to deal with that 38T. Or did they kill the 38T? They did. So it's now just the Cruiser 4. And remember that Cruiser 4 was last seen in the southeast corner of the map. Now I'm not sure if Talon is within view range of the Cruiser 4 at the moment, and I think it's very likely the Cruiser 4 would have made his way back to his own cap, because we are capping now. They've left their own cap wide open, but everybody's now headed to the cap. So I think they're going to try and force the Cruiser 4 to return to his own cap to get a reset. And so everyone's into the cap as quickly as you can. Or is Talon going to stay outside the cap and try and shoot at the enemy as he turns up? No, I think he's going for the cap. A bit of gratuitous destruction there as he takes out the car. Oh! Now, somebody spotted him. Well, I think they're firing at the bushes because They think that the enemy is going to be there, and he's been spotted. He's been spotted. He's not where you're aiming. There he is. There he is. Oh, wasn't able to get the kill. He did turn up. He was in the bushes. And let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's a second-class tanker for Talon 1958 in the Sexton 1. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 6. And he picked up a Starks medal. He actually received 2 hits from the enemy, killed 2 enemy vehicles, lost 2/3 of his hit points, where it says 2/3 that you must get blocked or damaged. And I think he did block. He actually was damaged 1/2 of his hit points, but he blocked at least 2/3 of the hit points of his own vehicle, or at least blocked enough damage. Damage and blocked. Sorry if I'm sounding confusing there. And survived the battle to win. And so a Starks medal in the Sexton 1 is very, very welcome indeed, because that's another medal for your awards count. Let's have a look at the team scores, see where you stand. Well, top damage, 655 hit points of damage. Talon was right at the top of the table, so he was working hard alongside the FCM Pack 40 and the P2640. He managed to get the highest number of kills alongside 3 other members of his team, all got 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, he was third with 469, but he was the one that survived. The P26 and the FCM didn't survive the battle, unfortunately. They were taken out. Well, let's have a look at the detail report. 20 rounds fired, 8 direct hits, 7 penetration, 2 splash, damage of 655 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He did receive 2 hits. 1 was penetrating, 1 was non-penetrating, and that accounted for the total being the 2/3 of his hit points. He blocked damage of 60 hit points in total. He was actually left with 79 hit points at the end. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did damage assistance of 166 hit points. On a premium count, he earned 26,451 credits, got a personal reserves bonus for 13,226, and after ammunition resupply and repair, he was still left with 37,831 credits. So he makes this Arty a very nice little earner, because this is incredible totals for a tier 3 vehicle. He picked up 703 experience points, 422 because this is a premium vehicle, meaning he took away a total of 1,125 experience points. So another good battle for Talon 1958. He certainly makes this Sexton 1 work, and I'm sure that we're going to see many more replays where he gets ace tankers and many other awards, because I've seen how he can deal with the enemy, and usually it's one-shot kills on the enemy. But in this battle he didn't get that, but he certainly performed. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.